Welcome to what's going to be, shall we say, a normal class. It's been a while, but we're going to go for kind of like a full hour of practice, and we're going to get back to some basics and back to some stuff we've not done in a while. Usual like mobility, strength, and movement, but also there's some mindfulness and some breathing. Okay, so full kind of 60 minutes. Pick and choose what you like to do. Listen to your body. Don't do stupid things. Don't go beyond your means. Standard things. So grab your water. Pop on some music, because there's going to be some quiet time, so you'll probably want some music. And when you're ready, we're going to find yourself onto your back. Now, find whatever feels comfortable. This may be you starfishing and having those arms and legs just out to the side. Maybe the feet together. Maybe you have a block underneath your back, the lower back. Maybe there's pillows. Maybe there's not. When you're here and you're settled, we're just looking to find that attention and bring the brain to the body. To do that, perhaps we'll take those 5 big breaths. Don't think too much, don't force it. There's a little bit of effort with the length of the inhale, and a little with the exhale. Whilst you're doing this, you can start to kind of attune your brain to the body. And that's just a case of listening to what's there and maybe what's not. Where it feels tense, where it feels tight, where it feels nice, where it feels empty. Often people think or encourage the use of setting an intention. But generally, the intention is to do some yoga, and you're already there, so we're fine. Survival of the class is an intention that is good enough for us all. When you're ready, let's bend the knees, take the feet flat to the floor, and have the feet slightly wider than the hips. And we're going to just allow them to swish gently from left to right, working into that rotation of the thigh, that twist of the pelvis, maybe in towards the lower or even the upper back if you are tight like me. From there, we're going to pull both knees up. It's one hand per knee, and we're going to circle the thighs. Now, as we pull the thighs up, there's a little rock to the pelvis, and that's all good. As we start to move, you might be aware of new niggles or old sensations. Fabulous. Hold on to the right knee. Let the left leg drag out to the side. Find that slight inner thigh stretch. The pelvis rock, that is fine. Guide the leg back to center and let the right knee drop out. Lovely. Bring it back in. Put the hands across the top of the knee, the bumpy bits, and pull in as we round that lower back. And maybe there's a little rock from side to side. And it'll cradle around. It can either massage into the muscles, or sometimes it can just press into the spine. That doesn't feel good. Firmness. From there, exhale, take a full body stretch. Oh. Let's pull the right knee up. Hold. Lovely. And with an exhale, we can change. Left knee's hung. And maybe start to feel if something's off center, offline. I can feel that this leg is slightly tighter, so it wants to cave in. I'm resisting it. One more per side. Let's exhale. Right knee comes in. And again, left leg comes in. Dude. Let the feet come together. The knees separate. We're going to do two things back and forth. Press the elbows into the ground. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and lift the chest. Take a breath in here. Really press with the elbows and feel the back start to tense. Exhale, relax. Shift the focus to the lower body. Let's take an inhale, press the feet and the elbows down, lift your backside. That breath in. Exhale, lower. Release. So it's kind of like upper body focus, lower body focus. We'll do two more per shift. So up to the upper body. Press the elbows, breathe in as we find that tension, that lift of the chest. Exhaling to relax. Inhaling, lifting the arms. Exhaling down. Inhaling to the uppers, that rounding, that pinch of the shoulder blades, that lift of the bosom. Exhaling, relaxing. Down to the hips once again. Let's lift and release. Thanks. So essentially it's kind of twitching on the posterior chain, your backside and the back muscles. From here, we need to make our way to all fours. So you can roll over or you can cradle, you can rock up and down. Oh. Whee. Find your way to all fours. Bend the knees. Bend the knees. It's almost like professional for 5 minutes. Get your knees into the hips. Tuck the toes. Find a stretch to the sole of the feet. Fingers are pressing into the floor. Want to feel that tension to the forearms, the elbows pushing back. The next section is kind of a classic thing, and it might be quite nice to do with your eyes closed, maybe even let your head drop. Because all I want you to do is push back towards the heels and push forward over the hands. Maybe we inhale to the feet and exhale back to the hands. Inhale, exhale. Find some stillness. Let the belly drop. Then sway from side to side through the hips with the shoulders. And let's take that into like a little clockwise direction. So we go forward, down, around, and up. And then change direction. I said clockwise. I realized I should have reversed it, but whatever. You go in circles. Find that stillness, reset the body, and take some cat-cows. Round it. Think about how slowly we can do it and how much pressure we can pull in from the abdominals. Push the belly down. See how much we can tilt the hips. Find the squeezing the back. Three. Yeah. From there, we're going to pull ourselves up onto the knees. We're not here for long, but if you do need a cushion, grab a cushion. Now get the knees underneath the hips. Squeeze the back sides. Find that lift, it's like pull of the pelvic floor up. Lift the arms. Find a Y shape with the palms facing forward. And just an exhale. Perhaps a breath in as we lift a little bit higher. We can take the lean over to the left. Lifting up, then over to the right. Oh. Release the hands, back down to all fours, and extend the leg out. So I'm going with lefty for your little gate pose. Take that rock back and forth. And then change. Right leg out. and then back to center. Let's tuck the toes. Let's lift and find that downward dog. Feet, whatever you need. Pressing through the hands, the knees are soft, the hips are high. Perhaps we are wiggling the heels, waddling the hips. When you're ready, the feet will waddle forward to meet the hands. Nice and wide, at least as wide as the body. The knees are soft, and the head and the arms are hanging heavy. Maybe a little shake. Yes, sir. Shimmy no. And the weight to the heels. Legs really soft as we round and ripple up this one. My head's coming up last, and that little perhaps sigh out. On the shoulders drop. Have a drink. Do what you need to. I'm going to go into 3 sun salutations. Three Sundays at least. So feet hip distance, you can be touching if you like. Squeeze the backside, that'll lift the pelvic floor, that heaviness in the shoulders. Finding your mountain or first little pose. Set on the body. Take a deep inhale in, as opposed to an inhale out. As you lift the arms, look to the thumbs. With an exhale, push the hips back, fall forward. Oh, hang heavy. Wherever you are, take an inhale. Lift halfway. Hands to knees can be quite nice, especially if you're feeling quite tight. When you're ready, breath out, brings the hands down. Find your way to a plank. And then very quickly to an all fours. We are releasing the toes. Belly is pulled up as if you are in a cat. From there, elbows soften. Float all the way down, releasing that press up. Now squeeze the shoulder blades as we lift the chest. Just a little bit. Gently pushing over the knees, finding a child's pose. And then, rather fluidly, up to all fours. And then rising to that downward dog. Readjust a position that feels good for you. Hands are pressing down. Elbows tuck in. Hips are lifting up. Sending the eyes to the heels or the toes, just to keep the head relaxed. We'll take one more breath. Remember, as your class progresses, you will find a different shape for your downward dog, and that is fine. You're ready. Let's look to the hands. Step it forward. Hang heavy. Then inhale, halfway. Maybe hands to knees, supporting this first one. Exhale down. Inhale, push the ground away, lift the hands up. And that sigh out. So drop the hands down. Back to where we begin. Round 2. Standing tall. It's an odd thing to promote, but it's that level of tension with freedom. So I have to do a little shimmy. But we breathe in. Hands rise. Look to the thumbs. Exhaling, we're folding. Hips go back. Hands going forward. That inhale to lift the chest and flatten the back. The exhale releases the hands down and it's back to a plank. So you can drop the knees, or perhaps with an exhale, we'll lower into the floor. The toes are released, the shoulders are squeezing as we're breathing in to lift the chest to your little cribber. Exhale as you push back, tuck the toes, rise up, downward dog. The arse is high, the spine is long. The fingertips feel strong into the ground. We'll take one more breath. Then look to the hands, step forward. Hang heavy. Take that inhale to lift the chest. Halfway lift, flat back. Exhale. Breathe in, push the ground away. Hands go up. Little gaze the thumbs. And then drop them. Okay. Run through. Breathe in, lift. Exhale, we fold. Soften the knees if you need to. Breathe in to lift the spine. Shoulder blades are tight. The exhale, drop the hands. We find your plank. Your options are knees down. You can float to the floor or with that exhale. No plank, your chaturanga. We flip the toes. We lift the chest for your up dog. Then exhale. Rise, downward dog. Next breath in, let's take the knees down. Push the hips back and find the chest. Something that feels comfortable. Maybe let's shimmy the hips. Just let the body go. Let the brain wander. 20, 30 seconds. So it's generally at this point that I realise how much I need to hoover. Let's lift the body up. Find your way to all fours. Beautiful. What I want you to do is take the feet together, the knees are wide. Be careful, it can get a bit pinched on the inside. Bring this point forward, the elbows are wrapped around. Take a little push back. The arms stay long. We are kind of pushing into the hips. It's almost like an active baby. It's a toddler. We just really love something. And then you're going to pull your belly button in. We start to round the spine. And then ripple forward. Back to the start. Good. One more. So this is a very much a non-yogic concept, but we're trying to articulate the lower spine. We'll do that by pushing back. We're going to disengage the hips by keeping them kind of tight. So we pull the belly button in, ripple through. Oh, like active mobility. Readjust yourself back to your standard all fours. Now, we'll go into your balancing tabletop. Extend the right leg long, toes down, heel in line with the backside. Extend, left hand forward. Pull the belly button up, so midline is strong. We can stay here, eyes looking towards the floor. For a little bit of movement, perhaps as an exhale as you round the back more. Send the hand to the elbow under the tapped in and reach on. 2, we'll go for 3. And 3. Release the hands, release the knee. The idea is that you're not meant to wobble, simply that when you do wobble, you're able to restabilize. Left knee goes long, toes down, heels inside of in line with the butt. Right hand goes forward. Pull the belly button up. Exhale. Maybe rounding. We go forward, round, and forward. Round and forward. My brain's gone. Literally, I don't know if that's fearful. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Hands and knees. From there, tuck the toes, lift the hips. Boom. Downward dog. Feet stay as wide as the body as you walk the hands backwards. The knees are softening. We're taking the first 2 fingers of each hand around the big toe. Take an inhale to lift the chest. Feel that pull through the shoulders. As we exhale, the strength of the arms, the pull of the biceps, deepens your bind, your fold. It's 2 big breaths. Release the toes, let the body hang. The shoulders disengage. Bring the weight to the heels, we ripple up. Fabulous. Grab a drink if you need to, and make your way towards the front. We are going to squat into the next little section. So it's that kind of Sun B-esque situation. If you don't feel like going for the full squat, you can take a traditional chair, you can take a high chair. Who cares? No one can see you. But I can just do a chair. So that's what's happening. Feet are wide in hips, toes turning out. That's like up and pull of the pelvic floor. Find a breath in, quite comforting. And a little exhale as we descend. Oh. And that stretch, also that lift of the chest. The elbows can provide a little pressure to push the knees out. Before we hands go down, we step back and it's plank. Knees go down. Let's step the left foot forward. Rise the body up for your low lunge. Square the hips off. Take your hands up. We can interlace if you wish. It's that crescent lunge. So with an inhale, we lift, and an exhale, push forward with the backside, engaging the hips, and then lean back with the chest and arms. Your next breath out releases the hands down. Take a moment here to almost push forward for like a lizard. Feel that hip working. Hands go flat. We go back to knees. And then a vinyasa. So you can go knees or we can go plank. We lower and then lift. Drive back to your downward dog. Take a big breath in. Sigh it out. From there, we're rippling forward. It's the plank, and then it's awful. It's right foot forward. Then we rise. Press with the legs to bring the torso up. What they're there for. Square the hips. Find that sensation into the left hip. It's an inhale. Hands are lifting. We bind if you want, otherwise slow and flow. Breathe in. Lift, and then exhale to find that crescent. And then release, hands down. Again, that little shimmy forward. Release it. It's back to the hands and knees. Or maybe your plank, that vinyasa. Down, up, and back. We'll take 3 more breaths. Oh. Look to the hands. Step forward. Chill out. Press the ground away. Ripple up. Let exhale. Just settles the body. Readjust the feet if we need to. We can get one more round. This one will be a bit more twister. So set the body. Find the tension. Find the breath. And perhaps that exhale as we descend. Oh. Just a breath or two. Then wherever you are, find your way to your plank. The arms are pressing The body is lifting. And knees down. Left foot forward. Take an inhale. Pull the body up. Good. From the hips are squared. And take yourself up with 90-90 at the knees. Take an inhale. We're going to lift the hands up. With an exhale, it's an open twist. So we are twisting to the right, left hand forward, right hand back. From there, take that left hand to the knee and use the pressure of the left hand to the left knee to open you wider. Insert your own joke. That tension, well, I can definitely feel the tension, to my right shoulder. From there, it's a big cartwheel with that right hand up. Bring the hand to the floor. The left hand is lifting for your lizard. We can perhaps take a push forward. Maybe even lifting that back leg for your lizard twist. The knees up, maybe the knee needs to drop, but the hand is definitely going down. From there, it's back to knees or plank as we vinyasa. Down, up, and back. A big breath in and a sigh. Ripple forward, plank, knees go down. Release the feet. The right feet is stepping forward. Pressing through the feet, we rise. Square it off. And lift. The inhale draws the arms up. The exhale twists, so it's opening to the left. Right hand forward, left hand back. And then the next breath, press the palm of the right hand to the right thigh and use that pressure to open up further. When you're ready, let's cartwheel lefty forward and down. Right hand is reaching up if you're twisting lizard. And again, the knee is down or the knee is up, whichever feels better. When you're ready, hands down. It's back to knees or back to plank. Vinyasa. Down, up, and back. Take a few breaths here. I'm just finding that length back into the hamstrings. When you're ready, let the knees drop. Find the child's pose. When you're ready, legs bring yourself up. Stack the hips over the knees. We're going to go for your puppy pose. So I take the hands to walk forward and slightly outwards into the Y shape. Allowing the chest to drop, and maybe it's the forehead. Maybe it's the chin. Maybe it's the tips to the floor. Maybe not today. We're looking for the path of minimal resistance. Not least, we want some as the body is engaged. From there, engage that core once again. That pull through the belly button. We're going to ripple up, whoop, and forward. Oh, come down. Let's shuffle back so you can see. So we're just going to look into opening the shoulders. So it's cobra time. Palms down, flat either side of the chest. Arms tucked in by the side. Let's say the hands are actually maybe one hand width away from my body. Head is down. It's in line, so chin down even. Neck is in line with the torso. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Breathe into the belly. Feel it press against the bone. So if we can keep that tension as we exhale and use the back muscles to lift the chest and the hands off the floor. Squeeze and then relax. Maybe the next one, that breath in, that tension against the belly. As we start to lift the chest, perhaps we can press the hands, engage the triceps, and lift the chest a little bit. Shoulders still away from you. And down. You got to keep that butt squeezed as we lift to protect your back. One more. Breathe in with the tension. On the left, have the arms. You go as high as you want, as high as you need. Shoulders still sit away from this. And then down. Rise up. Find all fours and then your child's pose. Wow. Lovely. So from here, we have one more little dynamic position before we get back upright. It's a twisting gait. So extending, I'm going left leg out to the side. Find the tension to the inner thigh. And then from there, onto the forearms. Again, we can have a little bit more of a shimmy here if we need it. Sending the weight to the right elbow. Because with the breath, the left arm is lifting, palm faces out. Looking to the thumb can be quite useful. If you find that too uncomfortable, just let it go in line with the head. We're taking 3 twists. And then release. Changing sides. We're going right out. Inner thigh stretch. Then twisting once we're on the forearms. On the forearms is what we need. And lift. And down. Beautiful. Once we're here, and down, we're back to all fours. Let's tuck the toes. Find your way to a downward dog. Feet are nice and wide. Walking yourself backwards. Finding that hand. From there, the first 2 fingers of your right hand go around your left big toe. It's an inhale as we lift that left hand. And then exhale down. And then across left fingers. Right toe. Right hand reaches. And then down. Hang heavy. Weight to the heels. And we ripple up. Beautiful. Go blink. Bring yourself forward. We'll get going. So I'm going to start with a tree and then get a little flow to hip mobility. So standing tall, feet face forward. I'm going to shift the weight over to the right foot. From there, your left foot either comes to the ankle, to the calf, or we can wedge it into the thigh if we wish. It does not matter. The real work is from that standing leg, where we want to push the ground away so we can engage that right arse cheek. Then we engage the left arse cheek to pull the knee out. Hands go wherever you feel they are beneficial. Perhaps it's hips, perhaps it's a lotus mudra of the chest. Maybe it's a chin mudra with the hands and the arms out to the side. Either way, you find that point in the distance. We're looking for about 2 more breaths. Next breath, release the hands. Release the leg and step it back. Find at least a hip distance and nice and long. We're looking for a high lunge. And softening the knees. This is finding a lovely blister I've got on my back foot. Such fun. Square the hips off. Take a breath in as we lift slightly. Exhale to drop. Inhale to lift. Exhale to drop. Lifting. Lowering. From there we straighten both legs. Try and drive that back heel down. If you are very bendy, keep a bend. It's softness in the front knee. The focus is that back heel, pushing down. And then from there, it's a step forward. That left foot so we can ground the heel. Squaring the hips off once again. Hands go to either side of your backside. Pull the abdomen up. We soften both knees as we exhale to push the hips back. We're looking for a length into the spine. We're taking a deep breath in to rise. We step forward. So essentially we strengthen, stretch, and then open. Let's take a half salutation before we go into the other side. So feet and toes pressing into the ground. It's an inhale, we lift. We take a shimmy to the left and then over to the right. Exhale, drop. And then ripple your way back up to standing. Okay, so repeat that nonsense on the other side. Weight to left foot. Right knee comes to either ankle, or really northern, ankle, calf, or you can wedge it into the inner thigh. Both sides are not the same, so expect them to be a difference. You're looking for that distance with the eyes. The hands, wherever you need them, perhaps it's hips, perhaps it's just, maybe it's out. See, by difference, I mean that this side is not as good for me. That tall leg is pressing the floor away. The bent knee is driving backwards to engage into the hips. We'll take one more breath. Releasing the legs and stepping back with that right foot. Feet are wide, legs are long to a high lunge. The knees are soft, body's upright. And we let sink and rise with the body. One more. And then up. We're straightening the legs and pushing the back heel, so the right heel down. So we're going to stretch into that calf, maybe even the back of the leg. Again, if you're hypermobile, there is a softness to the left knee. When you're ready to step forward, so we can ground that heel. Feet, again, as wide as the hips, so we can square them off. Soften to the knees, hands to your backside. Spine is tall, and with softness, we're pushing the hips back. Two breaths. And then inhale to rise. We're stepping forward. Take the legs off. And from here, we're going to vinyasa down. Big breath in. Hands up. And we fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands up. Plank, knees, whatever you want. Lower, lift, and rise. Downward dog. From there, let's lift the right leg up. Three-legged dog. Maybe a bend of the knee and open the hip. When you're ready, we're going to step it forward. Dropping the left heel, rising up. Warrior two times. So nice leg stance. A bend into the right knee. Hips open to the side. The hands to shoulders. Find the heaviness in the shoulders and the heaviness in the hips. Breathe. Let's reverse it. We go forward to the right and then up and over. The next breath brings the right forearm to the right thigh. Left hand's reaching up. That imaginary force is pressing it back to open the chest. We can look to the top end. One more breath. Before looking down to that right foot. Breathing in, we come back to the warrior two. We're going to repeat those movements. Potentially go a bit deeper. Or stay the same. When you're ready, let's reverse it. Reach forward. Let exhale take you back and over. Next breath, it's perhaps forearm to thigh. Or maybe that right hand is reaching for a block off the floor. Left hand's going up. Again, a force is pushing back. Keep the knee bent. Maybe it wants to reach overhead. Oh, lengthening that left side. Wherever it is, with an exhale, you're going to drop the left hand to the floor. Allow the body to twist, finding a lizard. Perhaps the knee is up, maybe it's down. And from here, that right hand reaches for another twisting lizard. Exhale, hand goes down. We go back to plank. Knees down, child's pose. From there, rising up. I'm going to vinyasa to the other side. You don't have to. So perhaps his knees, maybe it's plank. Either way, it's down. Then it's up. And it's back. Lefty. Lifting, bending the knee and opening the hip. From there, stepping forward with it. Dropping the right heel. So finding a long stance. A bend into that knee. Hips open to the side. Hands to shoulders. Find the length in the fingers and heaviness in the shoulders and the hips. And breathe. So we have that kind of two-stage flow. And the next breath, reaching forward with the lefty. And exhale takes you up and over. And then forearm to thigh. Right hand's reaching up. Perhaps a little press back to open the chest. When you're ready, we're going to look to that left foot. Find our way back to a warrior two. And repeat. Maybe we deepen, maybe we don't. Reaching it forward with the lefty. The exhale takes you up and over. Warrior two. Warrior two. Reverse warrior. Jesus Christ. Maybe it's forearm to thigh. Maybe it's hand to block or to fall. Right hand's reaching up. or maybe overhead. Whatever it is, I'm going to let that right hand drop to the floor. We're twisting, pivoting onto that right foot, finding your lizard. And again, the left hand reaches up. Lizard twist. And goes down. Knee goes down, find our way back. All fours. Child's pose. Rippling it up to all fours. Let's get one more vinyasa in. Just knees are playing down, up, and back. When you're ready, all fours, we bring the knees up. So I would like you to have your toes pressing down for this one. Hands come to the hips, take a big breath in. With an exhale, and that lift to the chest and a lean back. The hinge comes from the spine rather than the hips. The hip is stable for your camel. We can look forward or up. Before breathing in to lift the body. Step, left foot forward. Squaring the hips off. We want to take the leg long. Again, maybe the knee is soft, but either way, the toes will point up. That pull of the belly and that shift back of the hips as we lean the tips forward to find that hamstring sensation. I don't know why I find it really helpful to hold my hands at my chest like some sort of waiter, madam. And then from here, release the right fingers to the floor to allow you to go a little bit deeper. And the left hand can reach up. Oh, that's all sorts of awkward. And then down. Release the body back and change sides. Square it off, lengthen the leg. And by square, we mean the foot generally in line with the hips, okay? Not like together. That's often what makes it wobbly. Guide the hips backwards as we look to lengthen that right hamstring. Yeah. And again, if we're wanting more, that's left fingers can come to the floor. The right can reach up. And then release. Beautiful. Go back to all fours. And from there, I'm going to scooch onto your backside. Lovely. So feet come together, knees push apart. Hold on to your shins, not your feet. Take a breath in. With an exhale, can we push the knees down using your brain and your glutes? And with that sensation, you often come a little bit closer and relax. Slouch if you wish. Do it one more time. So a lift of the chest. Maybe a forceful exhale as we engage those glute muscles. And relax. Send the legs longer. Now into my favorites. So, we'll keep right long. Left foot's come in. I've forgotten the name. I can see the Sanskrit in my head, but I can't remember it. Janushirasana. There we go. Easy to lose it. So, we're sitting tall on your sitting bones, maybe a block, maybe a cushion. Knee can be bent if it's too much. From here, big breath in to lift the chest and lift the arms, rotate towards that right leg, and then exhale, reach forward. Take the floor with the fingertips if you are not comfortable to take the leg, and use that traction to guide you around and forward. Almost if you're clawing at the floor to find the length and keep the shoulders away from the ears. But then leads to being able to reach things, maybe someday. Oh, that's what I needed. And then breathing in to release the changing sides. Oh, this is not going to be good then. Breathing in, lifting, lengthening. There we go. We're twisting to the left. Hands reaching for the floor. Again, this side, not so good. Again, next breath to release. Draw the feet together. Find a cross-legged position. Big breath in, and then just exhale. Rounding. Before rippling up, and you're going to make your way to lie on your backside. Oh. Take a second to enjoy the floor. It's always a good place. We have one last really active position, and it's going to be a bridge. So take your feet close to your backside, but wider than your hips. What we're looking to do is actually get glute activation by getting the hip high. Hands or elbows to the floor. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, press the floor away. So if we can lift those hips as high as possible, and keep pressing with the upper arms to engage the spine. And then exhale. Release the legs. Make a swish from side to side with the knees. Oh. Pull the knees up. And then release. Find a comfortable position. We are not in Shavasana yet. Perhaps the feet together, knees apart. Maybe the feet are flat and the knees are caving in. Maybe you're just starfishing. What I want to do is send the brain to the breath. We're going to focus on your breathing just for a few minutes. I'm not going to be overly dramatic about it, but it's just about understanding a sense of control, a sense of mindfulness. And it distracts you from thinking about other things. And that's the magic. So looking at a concentric breath, can we match the inhale with the exhale? Perhaps breathing in, 3, 2. Exhaling, 3, 2, 1. In. Out. Can we lengthen it? Can we take that breath to 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1. Don't concern yourself with perhaps matching me. Just yourself. Choose your own count or choose the own sensation. Enjoying the rising and the falling of the chest. And when you're ready, let's bring the focus back to the body. Take a deep breath in. And sigh it out. Pull the knees up into the chest. And take a full body stretch. Push those legs long. From here, a figure four. So we'll take left foot to right thigh. Let's pull the left foot up and in. Hands go behind the knee. Maybe a little kick up of the leg. Or squeeze out of that left knee. Then releasing, we're changing legs. Right foot to the left side. Again, maybe that lift of the leg. And release. Stretching long. Now the supine twist, the best of all. Right knee's coming up, the left hand is guiding the cross. And changing sides. Lift the up and across. And back to center. Pull the knees in for one final time. Take that big squeeze. And exhale to release. Legs go long. Arms drop wherever you feel them necessary. Perhaps allowing the eyes to close. Breath to soften. And just let the body go. To find your final place. Your Shavasana. Allowing the breath to deepen. Bring the body back into focus. With that breath, perhaps we bring movement. Fingers, the toes, the arms. When you're ready, find your way onto one side. And into a comfortable seated position. And thank you for joining me. Thank you for putting in the effort for yourself. We'll say namaste. Any questions, complaints, suggestions? Get in touch.